I hear my music. Oh, oh, oh. Aha. What's happening? Uh-oh.
Ito ang Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang naiba at kakaibang plataforma sa digital broadcast. Mula Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao hanggang sa iba't ibang dako ng mundo. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, ang sandigan ng sambayanan mula sa walang labis at walang kulang na pagbabalita, paglilingkod, maglalahad ng mga mapagbuong komentaryo at usaping pambayan para sa kapakanan ng karamihan. Broad Stream Cast Communicators, tuwirang maglilingkod ngayon hanggang sa susunod na henerasyon. Buhay Online, Chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Ating tunghayan, pakinggan at tuklasin ang mga pangyayari at kaganapan sa mundo ng online. Buhay Online, Chikahan at kaalamang pangkabuhayan. Alamin ang pinaka-latest trends mula sa trabaho at kung hanggang saan na ang narating ng teknolohiyang ito. At ngayon, narito na ang ating host, ang ating Techiemommy, si Jaye C. Bautista.
Hello! Magandang umaga po. Happy Tuesday to everyone. Ito na naman po tayo sa isa pong araw na, of course, I'm thankful to waking up to today. Every day that we wake up to a new day is always a blessing talaga naman po. No? At patuloy pa rin po yung overall contention sa buong mundo na parang bumababa na ang mga effects nitong virus, except for China, sa Shanghai, or yung mga deaths na nangyayari sa COVID-19. But all around talaga, I see it on social media, like people are almost living normally. Dito sa Pilipinas, of course, pag-ingatan pa rin kasi nakita ko yung mga party ay ang dami ng mga public gatherings. We still have to be careful po, no? Because it's not totally gone, okay? There's still virus going around and still highly contagious. We should still practice the main things, which is to wear a mask. Tsaka pagka maraming tao, lalong-lalo na wag tanggalin ng maskara at tsaka mag-social distancing. Okay, and on this note, no, of course, first things first, students have gone back face-to-face in most places, right? And lalo-lalo na sa public schools, yun na pong nauna. In fact, 25,000 schools participating in progressive expansion of face-to-face classes po. Okay? Ano yan to? Nasabi natin ito. Here. Over 25,000 schools are participating in the expansion of face-to-face classes. Okay, itong according to DepEd. More than 25,000 schools nationwide are currently participating in the implementation of the progressive expansion of limited, face-to-face classes based on the latest data released by the Department of Education or yung DepEd po kahapon. Okay, yun po ang nirelease na fresh from the TILSIM kahapon. Citing data as of April 22, the DepEd said that the total of participating schools in the progressive expansion of in-person classes is now at 25,786 schools. Okay? Of this number, DepEd said that 25,122 are public schools, while 664 are private schools. Okay? Data as of April 4 showed that 17,479 public and private schools have been nominated by regional offices to join the progressive expansion phase of face-to-face classes, okay? The result of the quick count as of March 28 showed that 17,054 public schools and 425 private schools were identified as ready for the progressive expansion of face-to-face classes, okay? The nominated schools explained are either fully compliant with the Department School Safety Assessment Tool or compliant but with pending local government concurrence, okay? Hindi ko ba makita dito sa aking phone? Bakit hindi ako naka-notify? I cannot see it. There you go. There you go. Oh, that's different. Anyway, so yeah. So the result of the quick count as of March 28 show that 7,054 public schools, tsaka 425 pong private schools are ready na for the progressive expansion of face-to-face classes. The nominated schools, DepEd explained, are either fully compliant with the Department School Safety Assessment Tool or SSAT or compliant but with pending local government unit concurrences. So yung iba dyan talaga, fully compliant na. So, lahat na ng safety protocols ay nandyan, okay? So, we are optimistic with this upward trend on the number of schools already implementing classroom-based learning. Education Secretary Leonor Briones said in a statement issued earlier this month, okay? All right? So yun po ang news tungkol sa face-to-face classes, no? So more than 25,000 schools na po ang na-approve na mag-face-to-face. All right? Hindi pa lahat, pero more often, ayun po yung mas marami, no? Anyway, so now, ayan, nalagay ko dyan. Tada! Teka nga. Ano ba nangyayari dito sa akin? I can't seem to, never mind, because I was trying to monitor. There you go. Ah. There you go. Okay. So now, yun po ang balita tungkol sa mga schools, no? Over 25,000 schools na sa buong Kapuluan ang nagbukas ng face-to-face. So, on that note, okay, tatabi ko lang po itong news na to na atin ang nasabi. Alright. Okay. Now we go naman to talk about education and this is regarding the environment naman po, no? System change is better for the environment than deleting old emails, okay? Meron po kasi nag-usapan po yung paano natin yung how long do we keep data and information like our email, yung mga gumagamit ng Gmail, Yahoo, di ba? After a while, mapupuno yun. So, anong gagawin nyo? Magbubura ba kayo o ano? Systems change better for the environment than deleting old emails. So, ibig sabihin, yung systems nyo dapat nang ayusin, hindi magbura physically, okay? Using metal straws and eco-conscious search engine, reducing food waste, and shopping sustainably are worthwhile actions. Climate activists said, but they stressed that this can only do as much to make our planet livable. Diba? Kasi po, itong pandemic din po talaga, naging mas aware din na rin po tayo sa ating environment. Dahil, diba, ang climate change nangyayari, ang global warming nangyayari. That's why more than anything po, people should be made aware that we should help save our planet. Okay, so, last week po, the campaign #LetTheEarthBreathe, which suggests individual lifestyle changes to protect the environment, trended on social media following the arrests of climate scientists, mga inaresto po sila, who spoke in protests worldwide about the urgency and injustice of the climate crisis. Importante naman talaga, di ba? Most of the social media posts bearing the hashtag called on people to reduce the use of plastics, save electricity and water, and even delete unwanted emails. Ang hashtag po, let the earth breathe. Okay? But for climate activists, changes must be transformative to avert the catastrophic impacts of human-induced climate change. Okay? Dali nga. Ayan, ay salamat. Okay, very good. Oops. Ano nangyari? Ayan. Pero hindi ko makita. Okay? I'd like to welcome people who are watching the show. Maraming salamat po for your support. Yan, ayos ko na. Yeah, thank you. There. I can see myself. Okay, very good. So, what's needed is not more incremental steps, but comprehensive and inclusive transitions in energy, food, industrial, urban, and societal systems that deliver climate-resilient, equitable development without any delay. So, ibig sabihin, yung mga sistema po ang dapat baguhin, hindi yung pagbubura ng email lang, right? Systems change is better for the environment than just deleting old emails, okay? Kasi nga, for the climate activists, changes must be transformative, okay? To avert the catastrophic impacts of human-induced climate change. Dapat natin gawin talaga yun, no? Na i-transform yung mga systems, which is like yung transitions in energy, in food, industrial, urban, and societal systems that deliver climate-resilient, equitable development. Okay? Itong sinabi ni Greenpeace Philippines Country Director Lea Guerrero sa philippinesstar.com in interview siya, no? A report by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change stressed that limited warming to just 1.5 degrees Celsius involves rapid and deep and in most cases immediate greenhouse gas emissions reductions in all sectors. Scientists have warned any rise above 1.5 degrees Celsius will trigger the worst impacts of the climate crisis, and the window to act on climate change is rapidly closing. Okay, there is nothing wrong with engaging in small changes in lifestyle, but in this very critical moment of human history, we all need to do much more than delete our old emails or use mental straws. Itong sinabi ni John Bonifacio, the National Coordinator of the Youth Advocates for Climate Action Philippines. Ano po ang mga deflecting responsibilities, no? Campaigners said, okay, there is nothing wrong with taking small steps as it shows that people acknowledge the problem and have desire to contribute to addressing it in their own way. Diba? Kanya-kanya tayong pamamaraan kung paano tayo makakatulong sa pag-save ng ating environment. Okay? It makes people feel that they are part of the solution. Itong sinabi ni Guerrero, no? Individual lifestyle changes, yan importante. Lifestyle change. Yan talaga. Para mo magawa yung share mo sa pag-save ng environment, mag-a-adjust ka rin ng lifestyle mo, di ba? Yung hindi paggamit ng plastic, or yung pag-conserve ng energy, yung mga sasakyan sa daan. Sa Amerika, di ba, dapat na magka-carpool para isang sasakyan na lang gamit, no? Those things, we have to do our part, humanly possible, okay, to do that, no? Individual lifestyle changes, if done collectively, can also produce positive impacts. Talaga naman eh. But the problem, okay, with the individual lifestyle approach, ano daw sabi ni Guerrero, is that it shifts the burden from the main culprits of climate change to humans. Activists pointed it out. When you look at who's mainly responsible for destroying the planet, it's not humanity as a whole, but really just a few countries, corporations, and individuals. Pero naman, yung mga aktivista, pero sasabihin natin hindi tao, pero tao yung nagtatrabaho doon sa mga corporation na tao ang may-ari ng mga company na yon. And wala tayong magawa doon sa ibang things because kailangan yon para sa pamumuhay, no? Para sa kabuhayan, right? So, sabi ng mga activists that corporations and individuals and they are the ones who need to be accountable. China is currently the world's biggest greenhouse gas emitter. But historically, the U.S. has contributed more emissions than any nation in the world. It's safe to say na, of course, yung pinaka-powerful na country, ayan ang pinaka-guilty because it was industrialized, di ba? Mas maraming negosyo, mas maraming, ang economy kasi mataas. Ang hindi natin ma-discount sa fact na yun is if ang country mayaman or highly industrialized, yun ang siguradong ang ang carbon emission is mataas, ang pollution is high. And in China talaga, pag pumunta ka ron, sorry, mararamdaman mo maamoy mo sa air na madumi yung air. Well, of course, me having been from Los Angeles or have lived in Los Angeles for many years, sa Amerika rin po talaga, maamoy mo Sa Los Angeles po, ang smog, ang kapal, no? Yung makikita mo yung sky, minsan brown, at saka parang nalalasa mo yung pollution. But that's the thing, the more industrialized, the more successful a country is economically, yan talaga ang mas polluted na air, right? Na hindi mo na mainom yung tap water talaga. So the Carbon Majors report published in 2017 showed that just 100 companies have been identified as accountable for 71% of global emissions since 1988. We need to put in more work in taking on the root cause of our current crisis directly, sabi ni Bonifacio. Guerrero stressed that focusing on individual actions also sends the message that people, not companies or governments, are the ones who need to change. Talaga naman Ba't mo yung company ang nagpapaanda ng company, tao din. So talagang it boils down to the fact na tao, humans have to be the ones to change their ways, their lifestyle, right? Okay, the narrative on lifestyle change is also largely acknowledged as an attempt at greenwashing by corporations. Again, because it deflects the responsibility from them, Aguilera said, referring to campaigns to make operations of companies to appear more environmentally friendly than they are. But that's the thing, diba? Yung awareness about climate change, the awareness about the greenhouse effect, the awareness about eco-friendly environments and sustainability, yan po boils down to the fact that yun sa mga nagtatrabaho sa mga kumpanya or yung mga employer, dapat gumawa sila, they should do their part by having it, of course, start in their own backyards, no? Kasi nga, yung pollution nanggagaling sa mga pabrika, nanggagaling sa mga companies. Dapat doon pa lang inside din, gumawa sila ng measures to protect the environment by doing sustainable things and eco-friendly, gawin nilang green technology yung kanilang mga opisina or in the workplace, or ipaalam sa mga empleyado how they can contribute to making the earth a safe place, no? The Greenpeace country director also emphasized that no amount of individual lifestyle changes can make a significant dent in the fight against climate and ecological crisis. If the system of relentless extraction and exploitation to by companies that has brought on the problem, diba? Kasi yun na nga, yung mga hindi saving environment, mga merger or yung mga small companies na binibili ng mga kumpanya, ito yung ibig sinasabi nila dito. Na yung mga companies na yon na nag-merge, hindi naman eco-friendly yung kanilang environment. Pero kasi nga, sa negosyo it all boils down to that na dapat yung mga industries or negosyo, maging more aware sila of how they can make their work environment also safer and cleaner. Diba? It takes technological, systematic, and cultural changes for which we need both consistent action from politicians, talaga naman, and other decision makers, as well as public pressure and social movement. Groups such as Greenpeace have been calling on the Philippine government to do a fast and fair shift to renewable energy systems. Diyos ko, ilang taon na yan, diba, noon pa nang nausay yung mga solar paneling and all, na dapat na lang talaga sinama yan ng gobyerno sa kanilang agenda na gawin, diba? All these things to be able to use renewable energy systems. Okay? So, yung Greenpeace has been trying to call the attention of the government to do a fast and fair shift to renewable energy system. Halt the expansion of coal, fossil gas, and nuclear projects. Diba? Titigil muna. Call wealthy nations to scale up provision of climate finance and compensation for loss and damage, and institute climate action as the central policy of the country. Yan po dapat natin gawin. Yung mga pinangungutang natin, dapat i-focus din natin dun sa ating environment, no? Para ma-save itong ating tumulong sa pag-save ng planet, okay? We can change our lifestyles, okay? We can influence other people. We make sure that we don't harm our environment at the same time. We have to ensure that these corporations are actually changing their business practices for the betterment of the planet. Ito ang sinabi ni Ubaldo, a survivor of Super Typhoon Yolanda. After all, corporations and developed nations have the power and resources to implement changes in the way they do business and policies, she added. Guerrero said that the individuals have a very important role in ensuring systematic changes that happen by fighting for the future we deserve and lending their voice and strength to the climate movement. Okay? In 2015, a civil society organizations and typhoon survivors filed a petition before the Commission on Human Rights to investigate the responsibility of carbon majors for human rights impacts aggravated by climate change. The CHR, or the Commission on Human Rights, however, has yet to release a long-awaited resolution on the inquiry. Okay? Noong 2015 pa pala, final yung petition na yan dun sa mga typhoon survivors, di ba? Hanggang ngayon, Diyos ko, ang dami pa rin hindi naayos dyan. At tuloy naman, dumating tayo sa 2022, yung Odette, okay? Yung yaya ko po, umuwi na ulit sa summer today. At as of today, as of now, wala pa rin po silang ilaw doon sa Summer Leyte. Ano po yan? Bakit naman po ganyan? They still don't have electricity. Maawa naman po kayo sa mga tao. Right? With their lives at stake, young activists across the world organize strikes and use social media to call, ano ba to? May langaw na nakapasok dito sa bahay. Nakakainis. Sorry. Alright. With their lives at stake, young activists across the world organize strikes and use social media to call for rapid transformation of societies to protect the planet from the worst consequences of the climate crisis. Okay? People need to realize that they have more power to bring about solutions through active participation in government and in movements. Okay? Hi, Miss Angelica. Good morning. It's nice to see you. Parang I haven't seen you for a long time. I've missed you. Welcome, welcome. Okay. So, yun po yung aking information regarding climate change dito sa Pilipinas and what people are trying to do about it to help save the environment. Alright? Okay. On another note, okay, talagang yung internet nagbabag down, pasensya na kayo. Anyway, okay, from climate change po, from saving the environment, saving the planet because of carbon monoxide emission or pollution, pumunta naman po tayo dito sa isa pang issue, yung smoking. Okay? Yan po yung aking talagang dapat nating huwag gawin, di ba? Okay. So, let's talk about this issue naman about smoking. Ano ba to? Naghang na naman ang aking computer. Somebody's so noisy. Somebody's so noisy. Anyway, nawala ang pag-broadcast ko yata nawala. Nasira ba internet? Ang OBS ko na naman. May maingay. Kapit-bahay po. Diyos ko. Maririnig. Anyway, so I was meaning to say, itong, ayan, alright? Talking about, from pollution going to smoking naman. Itong Tingnan niyo itong aking news clip. I-advance ko lang. There you go. Look at this. 321 pairs of shoes line the Baguio Park to mark daily smoking deaths. Yan po, isa pa yung nag-pollution yan, ang smoking. Pero ang pinupollute niyan yung lungs natin, no? Okay? In Baguio City po, yesterday, pairs of shoes, sandals, and slippers occupied Malcolm Square in downtown Baguio on Thursday last week to symbolize the 321 Filipinos who statistically die each day from tobacco smoke. Ayan pang isang pollution. Cigarette, ay smoke, no? The art installation serves as a homage to the smoke-free programs of the summer capital, which anti-smoking crusaders hope would inspire other local governments about the need for stronger tobacco regulations, said Imagine Law Executive Director Sofia San Luis. The Baguio government, prohibited all forms of tobacco consumption in public spaces since the enactment of its smoke-free ordinance in 2017. Sa Baguio po, hindi ka pwede manigarilyo kung saan-saan lang. Titikitan ka, no? San Luis said 321 daily fatalities, 321 po ang namamatay araw-araw from diseases associated with tobacco based on the Department of Health data, meant ang ibig sabihin po nito, 117,000 people have perished annually unless local governments enacted and enforced stronger controls over the sale and distribution of cigarettes and new products being promoted by tobacco companies like vaping. Okay, it's a non-smoking generation, totoo ba? She said that tobacco companies promised in the 1950s to stop selling cigarettes should scientists prove beyond any doubt that tobacco kills. But 50 years after, it is still selling cigarettes and creating addicts out of our children. However, smoking is apparently not attractive to a new generation of young Baguio residents based on a drop in tobacco users from 34% in 2016 to 17% in 2019. Bakit bumaba ang naninigarilyo? The downward trajectory of Baguio smokers was measured through surveys conducted every 2 years by the City Health Services Office. Involving teenagers, yung kinandak nilang survey, it involved teenagers aged 15 to 17, and the general adult population said, Dr. Donabel Tubera Panes, that the city through surveys, involving teenagers aged 15 to 17 and the general adult population, Panes said a new survey might be conducted next year as the one scheduled in 2021 did not proceed because of the quarantines imposed in the last 2 years of the COVID-19 pandemic. But the Baguio medical community is mulling a study on the behavior, lifestyle, and decision-making process of today's non-smoking youth. Naiinis na ako dito sa langaw na to. Who have fended off peer pressure, heavy tobacco marketing that targets adolescents, and recently the lure of vaping. Vaping! Ano ba? Diba? So kasi mas dumami na ang nagbe-vape. The aggressive smoke-free campaign is currently dueling with the internet, which has become the prominent marketing platform for cigarettes, vaping, and future technologies that tobacco companies are developing. Itong sinabi ni Ralph De Golacion, Program Manager of Health Justice Philippines, who joined the art installation program. Tobacco companies tap online influencers to reach out to a younger market. Anong revenue resource? Reforms introduced in 2012 made cigarettes more expensive to discourage smokers. Dahil sa Amerika ganyan, napakamahal ng sigarilyo. Hinahalan din ng alak para ma-discourage mga tao manigarilyo. Ang taas, ang mahal ng sigarilyo. Yet it made tobacco a rich government revenue source. Tobacco is grown in the provinces of Ilocos, Cagayan, and Central Luzon regions. The Visayan provinces of Capiz, Iloilo, Cebu, Negros Oriental, and Leyte and the Mindanao provinces of Zamboanga del Sur, Bukidnon, Misamis Oriental, North Cotabato, and Mindanao, according to the National Tobacco Administration website. So, dyan po tumutubo ang tobacco sa mga lugar na yan. This year po, the government had raised the excise taxes on tobacco and vaping materials from 50 pesos for every cigarette pack to 55 as of January. The Inquirer has reported the rise in sin tax collections from cigarettes and alcoholic beverages to a total of 227.6 billion from 224.6 billion from 224 tumaas lang ng 22.6 billion from 224.6 billion noong 2019. Okay? Groomed for tobacco production by the Spanish colonial government since 1881, the Philippines has seen its tobacco yield increase despite reform programs aimed at introducing new cash crops to tobacco farmers. Okay? So, yan po yung picture na yan tungkol sa Baguio. Yung nagpro-protest po tungkol sa Baguio, tungkol sa pag-ano ng sigarilyo. Right? In that connection, di ba, kasi itong Baguio is kicking out smoking habit, kaya nila nilagay yung mga sapatos na yan because ang Baguio po, smoke-free kuno sa mga public places, bawal. There are only certain places where you can smoke cigarettes in Baguio. Okay? In connection to this, okay, businesses, tobacco groups